We are playing with fire, we are playing with torches, we are doing things that are dangerous. Don't do this at home. Just don't do this, just don't do this. In today's video, we are trying out some experiments with a recipe similar to Starlight. What will it protect us from when it comes to fire? Guys, a while ago, NightHawkInLight made a fantastic video trying to recreate a substance called Starlight. Now, this stuff is absolutely amazing. If you want to learn about it, it was invented by a hairdresser a long time ago. I would very much suggest that you look it up. It's fantastic. NightHawkInLight's video explains a little bit of the history. Go watch this video, it's fantastic. However, it's really cool stuff. It is made to insulate against heat. That's a wonderful way of putting it. Now, one of the most famous examples of this is Starlight was coated around an egg and then heat was applied to it for several minutes. And at the end of it, they peeled off the Starlight and cracked the egg, and it was still completely raw. In fact, it was cool to the touch. As far as I know, when NightHawkInLight did this, the substance he created was very, very similar. So we want to try making the same substance today and then try a few of our own experiments. Here's the basic idea. NightHawkInLight made a fantastic video about a recipe similar to Starlight. We want to make it ourselves, and we want to see just what sort of experiments we can try with it.
I did a video where I made a ball of Model Magic clay the size of a large watermelon. And while I was playing around with it, I did do some heat-resistant testing, making a thin sheet of it, holding a blowtorch onto it while I was holding it in my hand, and it held up really well. It had a very thin burned layer on the outside, but beyond that, it seemed pretty much undamaged. And I was able to hold the torch on my hand for a good amount of time before it started hurting, and it felt like it was maybe more of steam than anything else. I didn't think the heat from the blowtorch was getting through directly. I thought that heat from the top layer of the foam clay was creating steam, and that steam was working its way through, and that was what's heating my hand up.
And NightHawkInLight actually even explains that in his video when he makes this substance. He even mentions that you might want to let it dry out overnight so that you don't end up with that steam coming through and burning you.
So we've got some fresh, unopened Model Magic foam clay. We've got some that's been smushed out and left to dry overnight. It's not 100% dry, but it is fairly dry.
Drier.
And then we're also going to make some of NightHawkInLight's recipe of this Starlight-like substance.
We are using the recipe that he came up with. He even says that you can sort of maybe mess with the ratios themselves, but I'm using exactly what he did. All right, guys, NightHawkInLight's recipe is incredibly simple. When I say simple, I mean it only has 3 ingredients, which makes this very, very easy. Cornstarch, baking soda, and glue. And as he explains in his video, you can use a few different substitutions. You don't necessarily need to use cornstarch. You do need something that is going to create a carbon layer, meaning that it's going to burn. You might also be able to use a different type of glue. However, I am copying him as exact as possible because, well, what he had worked, and I want to try it too. So as far as ratios are concerned, it's pretty simple. 90% cornstarch to about 10% baking soda. And as NightHawkInLight said, you might be able to fudge those ratios, but in my testing, that worked very well, and it worked for him, so that's what I'm going with. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our glue until we get what basically resembles sort of a paste or a clay, which is incredibly similar to the texture of Model Magic. You'd actually be surprised just how much of this you need. Now this is still incredibly dry and crumbly, and we've used up almost half of it already. Now it's gonna take a little bit to mix in. You can see it's pretty lumpy right now. We'll get it very, very smooth, but this is about the consistency that we want. So yeah, if you wanna go ahead and open up our Model Magic so that we can take a look at the differences.
So as I said, we have had some pretty good results of this Model Magic in fire resistance, but instead of putting it on my hand this time, we're going to try coating an egg.
So Nate's got the torch, I've got the stopwatch. We're gonna go for 2 minutes unless...
I suspect the unprotected egg will break and burn and just be a puddle of burnt egg long before 2 minutes, at which point we'll probably just call it and say, oh, we went for however long and it's clearly destroyed.
3, 2, 1, go. See? Good. Very good.
I'm amazed at how little it leaked.
That's because you cooked it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. we have a cooked egg. What?
Burnt to a crisp. Well, somewhere between burnt to a crisp and runny raw is a portion of the egg that's perfectly cooked.
All right, I think I understand now why Bon Appetit, when he did his video on all the ways to cook an egg, he didn't actually say blowtorch in the shell. He did blowtorch, but not in the shell.
Egg, marshmallow clay / model magic.
Okay, I'm gonna get ready with my stopwatch. 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, the clay took on a burnt texture immediately.
Yep, that's its carbon layer. It's glowing, that's beautiful. 130. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Here's one of the trademarks of Starlight, and also one of the things that NightHawkInLight found with his. At this point, he was able to touch the material that he made and it didn't burn him.
The outside?
The outside. It was warm to the touch. How's that one?
That part got warm and melty a little bit, but
it's just slightly warm.
I'm so curious to know what the inside of this egg looks like, because if we just figured out that you can use model magic as a sort of a substitute Starlight, I am so excited.
That's where I was digging into it right there, but this is about right where I was holding the torch.
That's okay. This is a very good example right here. All right, so now we have our Starlight substance. It looks a little different. I promise we didn't apply anything. Our hands are just really dirty. So you can kind of see that we've got some gray and ash on it now. But exactly the same thickness, or as much as we could eyeball it. Let's try it out. 3, 2, 1, go. Now, what I noticed when I was doing some of my testing is that this stuff tends to expand. It's actually kind of fascinating. The gases inside are expanding underneath the carbon layer, and so that's kind of why you're seeing that expansion. This one definitely bubbles a lot more than the Model Magic. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. So I should immediately be able to, oh.
Much, much hotter than the clay was.
Now I could have mixed something wrong. I didn't think I did, because when I tried this before, I didn't have that problem.
it's cooled down significantly.
Maybe it was that I touched it immediately after.
Like 4 seconds after, it was a problem. 10 seconds after, not a problem.
I thought I made it wrong. You had this ashy sort of layer on the outside that almost fell apart. Check this out.
This is just like pure soot.
And mine is very crunchy. Look at these layers, these expansion layers. You see that?
It's a very thin layer.
Yes. So our cross section is over there.
Thicker layer.
I would say a noticeably thinner carbon layer. Neat. All right, your model magic versus this one. What do you think? Do you think either are cooked?
I think they are both entirely raw.
All right. Oof. Nothing. Not even warm on the inside. I mean, it's room temperature. You were much more careful with yours.
I just wanted to see like if right up against the shell. No, still nothing.
Well, I don't even see, white anywhere. That is so cool. I trust it now. I'm not going to say I'm not going to be smart, but I want to try some stuff. Update. I covered my hand in it. Now, NightHawkInLight made a kind of what Nate's making. He made sort of a little patty and then he held a torch against his hand. I made a glove, a bad glove. It's not all the way there, but it's coating everything. You can see I've already tested it, but let's go for some more. Ready?
Yeah.
Guys, check it out. Okay, this is cool. I can feel the pressure from the fire.
This is pretty similar to what I did in the last clay video.
Do it.
But what I learned when I was doing that is that the fire it likes to like bounce and curl a little bit, so I've added way more along the palm, and I'm just gonna be aiming up here at an angle.
Basically how he curled it, so Nate helped me put this on. He curled it around my fingers so that fire wouldn't wrap around and hit my hand.
And it is just now.
It's on fire!
So it was like 45, 50 seconds, something like that, coming up on a minute actually. It just barely got to a point where it started to be too hot on my pinky finger.
Mine is
right
slightly
where it was
warm.
a little nestled. I am able to well, it's not immediately, but I am already able to put my hand on this. It's just kind of warm a little.
All right, so for this one, I want to hold a coal or a charcoal briquette. What I'm going to use, however, is dry Starlight stuff that I made a few days ago. So it's dried, it's pretty crumbly, but I want to see if I can just have it in my hand and not really worry about it.
This is just some of the clay, not dried clay. It is getting warm, like I feel it on my palm. I think it's that steam is getting through. It's now getting uncomfortable. I'm going to take it off my hand.
I held that for maybe
3 minutes at least.
3 minutes. Nothing at all. Guys, this was so much fun in NightHawkInLight. Thank you so much for making your video so that we knew how to make this substance, because it was a ton of fun. If there's anything else you want to see us do with it, let us know in the comments below. Guys, that was a ton of fun, but you know we've always got more for you to see, and if you like this kind of content, make sure to hit that box to subscribe so you never miss out on the fun. We'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.